Hi there, I'm Craig Archibald of the Archibald Studio in Los Angeles, and today we are discussing my client, Brandon Sklenar's portrayal of Henry Campbell in the Blumhouse and Universal Pictures 2025 thriller Drop. The plot of Drop follows a widowed mother named Violet, who's on her first date since her husband and the father of her child died. Violet arrives at an upscale high-rise restaurant in downtown Chicago, where she is relieved that her date, Henry, is more charming and handsome than she expected. But their chemistry comes into question when Violet begins receiving a series of anonymous drops to her phone that eventually terrorize her and her family. The script of Drop gave Brandon a bunch of fun to figure out. It didn't necessarily give his character Henry much of a background or history. Sure, the basics of Henry's occupation and his previous love life were covered by the script's revelations, but for the most part, Brandon had a fairly blank slate to work with. So work with it he did. As always, Brandon investigated the character using the simple guideline tools like, what is Henry's body and physicality? He dug deep into the character script and story and every hint he could find. He created an in-depth character history background. He investigated Henry's spirit and mind. And finally, he focused attention on Henry's voice and expression. The script provided plenty of hints that Brandon had to fill up. For example, why is this handsome and successful man so patient and understanding, but also kind of stuck on her? And why did he put up with 3 months of talking before this first date? What is the actual job that he has, and what information does that job provide him that makes him a possible bad guy or target? We broke the script into 4 different stages of development, each step taking the audience further and further behind the curtain of Henry's character, always focusing on building an intricate performance that balances earnesty, vulnerability, and kindness with mystery. And probably the most fun Brandon had was the interesting challenge the script presented, which was the mystery question the audience will be asking: is Henry behind the terrorizing drops, or is it someone else? Therefore, Brandon had to have a small residual of the unknown for the audience to suspect him, but not be sure until the thrilling climax. Letting the cat out of the bag too early would hurt the tension, and holding it too long would confuse and anger the audience. It was a lovely, slender bridge he had to negotiate in arcing his performance, giving just enough information to hold the believability without sacrificing the eventually revealed truth. It's a hair-racing, in real-time thriller that I'm very proud of Brandon for his good work. If you like a good thriller with some particularly good-looking actors, check out Drop.